Hey everyone, welcome back. Ignore literally how I look. My skin is not doing good things at the moment, but what can you do about it? I'm doing kind of like a yearly video, which I've done the last few years. It's just sitting and chatting about my goals for the year. This one is only going to be a short video because my other ones were mixed into vlogs, but today it's just me. I'm just chatting to you. So I thought I would go over the ones from last year and then my goals for this year, and just kind of talk about the year in general that 2022 was for me. I just kind of want to start off by saying 2022 was not, this chair's really annoying, I'm sorry, was not the year that I was expecting it to be. It started off as one of the worst times in my life, which those who know me will probably know, but basically, if you don't know, if you knew, I was at drama school, literally like my dream school, on a foundation year, and I got injured, which I got injured back in like October 2021, so ages ago now, and it came to February and I made the decision to leave the course because I wasn't able to dance, I wasn't able to do what I wanted to do. So I did make the decision to leave, which was a really hard decision, but I was like, it's fine. It would give me a few months to heal and I can then do my auditions in like May, June time. But May and June came around and I was still not dancing. I was back at my local dance school, but all I was doing was, we have this class called PBT, which is Progressing Ballet Technique, which has been a lifesaver. It's basically like strengthening, using your technique. So I was doing that, and then I think I did a couple ballet classes, but I wasn't jumping, so I wasn't really dancing. But I joined a gym, which kind of was the life changer for me last year because it gave me something to do while I was injured. I started off by doing swimming, which was tricky at first because I wasn't allowed to do breaststroke because it hurt my knee, so I hated front crawl. That's my front crawl impression. So I was at the gym, and I was doing that. I was seeing the physio every week, doing all my exercises, and eventually started to see some improvements, and auditions disappeared. I had to cancel every single one of my auditions. I'd already done all my applications and had dates come through, and I had to email every single school and say I'm really sorry but I can't come. September came around and I started doing my dance classes again, and honestly that was like the best part of the year. Actually no, the dance show was, but I got to dance again and I was dancing multiple times a week and I wasn't having issues. Occasionally I would like feel a niggle and I was like, oh, but then I would ice it and I would make sure I was using the right muscles, and I think that's the thing for me. I have to just really focus on that, and when I know I'm using the right muscles, it works, it's great. I was dancing, so September, that was such a good feeling, and being able to do pretty much everything. Like, it was really tough at first because I'd lost so much strength. My strength was coming back after being at the gym. My flexibility was not there. I'm still working on that. It was just amazing. And then I got to do our dance show literally end of December. Actually it was beginning of December. And it was the feeling of being on stage. I was like, that is why I do this. That is why I do this. So the start of the year was awful. And I finished on quite a high note. Like, it was just such a good feeling being able to dance again. The year has kind of been a little bit crazy, so I didn't achieve all of my goals, but I did the best I could in the year. But other than that, I had such a good year. We ended up going on quite a few trips. We went to Morocco, which was so cool, and we stayed in an all-inclusive hotel, which we've never done before. We went to France. We went to a region like literally just below the Dordogne. It was kind of in the Dordogne, kind of not, and we stayed there for like 10 days, and that was amazing. And where we stayed, I loved the villa. It was just beautiful, and I was living out my French countryside gal life. We went to Wales. I went to Hunstanton with my friends. I went went to Wales again at Christmas time, just after Christmas. We've had like a pretty good run of stuff going on. It just didn't start very great, but you know, we got over that by the end of the year. So let's have a look. I wrote down all of the goals from last year. So the first goal was to get the splits, which I didn't do. I did actually get close to that nearer the end of the year. Around like October, I was probably the closest I was to the splits, and then my hip started hurting, so I eased off of the splits stretches. That's what I put down every year. We'll probably never ever get, but I'm going to one day. It will happen. The next one was to only buy cruelty-free products, which I'm pretty sure I've done. If I haven't done it, then that's like an accident, because I'm pretty good at, I know the brands now that are cruelty-free. They are constantly kind of changing, but on the whole, like, I know the brands that are cruelty-free. The only thing that maybe would have messed up on is if I bought like a hand soap, but the hand soap I've got is Faith in Nature, which is cruelty-free. I think I have only bought cruelty-free. All my makeup is, all my skincare. I think I've nailed that one. The next one was to get into Bird on Degree. That didn't happen, but that's because I never even got to audition, because I had to cancel it. I even moved, so my Bird audition was one I actually moved to a later date to see if I could still do it, and I just couldn't in the end, which was gutting. But here I am trying again this year, fingers crossed, touch wood. I have worked so hard this last year on my singing, my acting, my dancing. Like, I've worked so hard, so you just kind of have to go with it, don't you? Next one was to save £100, which I did in fact do. I think I saved around, when the year ended, I think I had £600 saved. That has now disappeared to about 250, but there's reasons behind that. It's not just, I just needed the money. My work stuff's changed, so I don't have as much monthly income now, so it's changed. But I did save that £100. The next one was to finish reading the Harry Potter books, which I didn't do. But when I started the year, I think I was on the second book. So I read the second one, I read the third one, I read the fourth one, and I'm halfway through the fifth. So for someone who literally did not read a book the year before, I did quite well. But this year I am hoping to read a lot more. I've got myself a Kindle, so maybe that'll help. But I do want to finish reading the Harry Potters in physical book form. I don't want to get that on the Kindle because I've got the books of Harry Potter, so I feel like that would be a waste to buy it on Kindle. But yeah, I have got a Kindle now. The next one was kind of a random one. I don't really know why I put it, but to have a wardrobe of any clothes I love. Oh, yeah, no. Most of the clothes I bought recently I do really like. I just sometimes look in my wardrobe and I feel like I have nothing to wear, even though I've got a wardrobe full of clothes. I think I buy clothes, but I don't always buy things that match. So I wouldn't say that that's true, but the clothes I do have now in my wardrobe, I definitely like a lot more than I did this time last year, but it's still not like 100% perfect. It's still not great. Then the final one was to be earning money monthly. That was whether it was through YouTube, Instagram, or a job. And I am earning money monthly. It is from a job. It's not from YouTube or Instagram, which, like, a year ago, I was so focused on my Instagram. Like, I started up a new Instagram, I was doing so much, and TikTok. Oh, I think another one was to use TikTok, but anyway. Yeah, not from that, unfortunately. I've realised this year that Instagram is just not a place for me, like, social media wise. I like it to look at other people's stuff, and I like it to occasionally post my stuff, but I don't have the time or the effort to take constant Instagram photos. I just don't. But at least I know that now. I have realised it. So yeah, it didn't come from that. Actually came from a job. Don't know if any of you know, that's another thing this year. I went back to nannying, so I was earning monthly from nannying, and then I worked at a nursery for a week, and then I went back to the ice cream parlour that I used to work at back as my first job, but I'm there as supervisor now. So I work there a few days a week, although the hours are kind of changing and they're a bit rubbish, but it's fine. I am earning monthly, which I did need, and it's meant I can pay my parents some rent, and I can, like, I've got the Disney Plus subscription, which I wasn't allowed otherwise. So yeah, I just have more money now, which is great, because obviously back when I was at uni I wasn't earning any money, so anything I wanted to do couldn't really do, whereas now I can. Like the other day I just went to London with Zara to go see Newsies because we felt like it. Like, it's so much better. But yes, anyway, on to this year. My hopes for this year is to just really live my life. I feel like last year I tried to start doing that nearer the end of the year, but at the beginning I was very much kind of just stuck in one place and didn't really want to do anything. So this year I want to just live my life. I want to enjoy my life, basically. So let's get into the goals. So first goal of the year, take a guess, like take a wild guess. Get the splits. We are gonna do it. I said it last year, but I got injured last year. I was injured last year. I'm now not injured. We are getting the splits this year, whether that be the middle splits, the box splits, whether that's my right or left. I am doing it. It's going to take me a while. Yeah, my body is not made for the splits, but we're going to give it a good go. The next one is to properly go dairy free. Last year, and well, no, mostly like the year before as well, when I was at college, I was so good at being dairy free because it was just me buying food just for me. I was only buying the dairy free stuff, whereas now I'm at home, I'm more like, my parents are making food, I'm more likely to just have a little bit because they've forgotten to buy some dairy free yogurt to go in a meal, so I'll just be like, oh, I'll just have a bit. And also working at the ice cream parlour, I'm constantly picking bits throughout the day. Like, I'll pick a chocolate button, or there's a bit of a waffle left over, so I'll go eat that, or I'll just try a bit of the ice cream. No, my heart flutters are back, and it's all because of dairy. So dairy has to go. It has to go from the diet. I have to be more careful because I don't know if you ever knew, but I literally had a heart monitor on at one point because of my heart flutters. Second I stopped eating dairy properly, they disappeared, and now I've started eating dairy again. They're back and they're getting worse, so the dairy has to be stopped. So that this year, dairy's going. I also have get into drama school on a degree. That's what I want to do. I've got a couple more auditions left. So we're going to knock on wood again. We've got this. Then the next two are kind of similar. So one of them is to go solo traveling. I've said a lot before, I love to travel, and I think in the last like year or so, last year especially, it really made me realise how much I love it. Like when we went to Morocco, that was the first time I was like, I want to see more of this world. And then especially like when we went to France as well, I was just having a time of my life in the sun, in the heat. I want to go solo traveling, which will be an exciting thing when it happens, I guess. And yeah, I just really want to go see some of the world. And like all my friends are doing different things right now. They're in uni, they can't travel, they've got work. Like, now is the time for me to do it, because why should I let my friends not being able to go stop me from going? Bit of a terrifying thought, but yeah, I'm going to solo travel this year. It's gonna happen, I'm telling you. And another one which is very similar is to go to the Philippines. That is like top on my bucket list. I really want to see that country. It just looks amazing. There's these YouTubers, well, Instagram, I don't know, yeah, I follow, called Joel Friends. Is it Joel Friends? And Amelia Beatty, and they are a couple who have been travelling over the last year, and I found the Philippines kind of, well, I've always known of the Philippines, but I kind of like found it out through them, and it just looked amazing. Like the clearest blue water, white sand, but then also you've got the temples and you've got the mountains and the greenery. Like, it just looks like such an amazing country. So that is top on my bucket list if I ever do go solo traveling, to go, and I'm gonna go there. It's happening. So that is my goals for for this year. I'm really sorry about this kind of awful clip. I'm literally in a hotel room and the lighting is awful. I've got about 10 lights on because it's so bad. I've also just had to pay for Wi-Fi. I'm sorry. Premier Inn, improve. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Let me know down below any goals that you have for 2023. I'm just excited to kind of get on with the year now. I feel like 2022 went so quick. It was dragging at the start, let me tell you, but it ended so quickly. And I feel like I just want to embrace 2023, get on with it and just enjoy it. Like, that's the main takeaway from last year, is to just enjoy your life. Enjoy like the little things. Like today I was sitting on the train and the little thing that just made me like happy was seeing people's this is so random, but seeing everyone's different gardens and balconies and how different they were, and like imagining the different kinds of people there. That just little things like that, just find something each day that like makes you think or makes you laugh, and that made me laugh. So that's something I want to make sure I do this year, which I feel like I am relatively good at anyway. I'm quite an optimistic, positive person anyway. But yeah, that is the takeaway for last year. Try and not focus on the things that might not be so good, and focus on the good things and the little things in life. Yeah. Anyway, I will see you guys very soon with another one. Bye.